Good morning. What is going on, NYYU fam? Oh, I want to hear from you this morning. Drop a voicemail. 804-592-6160. You already know the deal, baby. Pull up on me. What time? Pull up on me. Oh, party time. Oh, come and pick me up. Oh, don't it feel good? Gabagoo, gabagoo. Oh, don't it feel good? Oh, don't it feel good? Oh, good morning, and welcome to All Rise and Shine. I got my
cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
That is a delicious cup of coffee. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to All Rise. I'm Pete Simonetti. I'll be your host today. I hope everybody's doing wonderful. God bless you. Imagine if that's the way I actually started shows. Oh, come on, baby. Imagine if that's the way I started shows. That wouldn't be normal. What's up, chat? How's everybody doing today, guys? Our New York Yankees got us ripping our hairs out our head. I'll tell you guys this right now. I had a nightmare last night. I don't want to tell you guys what my nightmare was, but it was a nightmare. I legitimately had a dream, and it was a nightmare because I was opening up my regular, setup here. I don't know what show I was going live for. I don't know if it was the morning. I don't know if it was the night. But I was literally talking about the Yankees missing the postseason. And the stream was like 8 hours long. And I'm like, if this is ever a vision or not just a dumbass dream that has no meaning to it, I pray that's not the case. But I'm like, oh my God, it was legitimately a nightmare because I kept looking at the time and I'm like, oh my God, it's 8+ hours of talking about this team not winning. What is going on here? It was legitimately a nightmare for me. So hopefully that is definitely not the case of what is going to happen with this year's New York Yankee team. Even though it's been a little concerning. Nobody wants to hear it. It is April 14th today. And hopefully I'm not saying, guys, it's July 26th. Hopefully we're not doing that. But good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said before, guys, load me up with voicemails today. We got a couple of voicemails already. Load it on up. Me and Francis did a lot of covering of this team last night. And we're going to sit here and talk some more about it this morning. They do start a series, as you guys already know, with the Kansas City Royals today. 7 o'clock start time. Seth Lugo on the mound for KC. The New York Yankees have Carlos Carrasco on the mound, and pitching matchup, I would certainly say probably favors the Royals, but that's why the first thing I want to bring up is the record, and then I do want to bring up my segment of the show, and then we'll get the voicemails and all that. But guys, do me a favor, smack that like, hit that subby like you've never done before in your life. Just a little update for everybody. We did get another ticket or two sold to play in the game on May 10th. I just want to continue to update all of you guys because there is no guarantee these tickets are going to last much longer. Overall, right now, we probably have about 24 tickets left to play in the game, 22, around that number, depending on what some people are actually looking to do. But based off the numbers that I have right now, we'll probably have about 22 tickets remaining to play in the game. So if you are choosing to play in a game, man, get your tickets today. Don't wait. And of course, we also want you guys' support to come out there and hang out with us on May 10th. It is going to be a phenomenal event, as you guys already know. But moving over to the Yankees record, you do see the American League East not playing great baseball as it stands right now. I mean, look at the last 10 games in AL East. Toronto 5-5. Yankees 5-5, Boston 5-5, Tampa Bay 3-7, Baltimore 3-7, sitting at the bottom of the barrel right now. The whole division is sitting at about a 500 mark. And it's crazy because the Yankees have not got off to the best start. We know over their last 7 games, they've lost 5 of those games. The Yankees still got a plus run differential of plus 18. They have allowed 77 runs, which is just as much as the Boston Red Sox, who I tend to believe those are the 2 top dogs in this division. We'll see how it eventually goes. But there you go. I mean, as it stands right now, no, and look, you can't say anybody in any division is running away with anything right now. I get that. But the Yankees are searching for consistency just as much as every team in the American League East right now. They are all out there searching for consistency. So this is what we're dealing with right now. It's absolutely wild where the Yankees and where everything stands this morning, coming into April 14th, very early in the season. No, it's not ideal to keep saying that, but it's true. You look at the team and where the Yankees currently stand. I am going to focus on the offense. You want to know why I'm going to focus on the offense? I think I can make this pretty easy for everybody. The pitching right now is ass. The pitching is ass. I don't know how to sum this up any better. Right now, the Yankees are dealing with a rotation where Carlos Rodon could look like an ace, and then he has 1 inning when you look up and go, this is who you are. At this point now, we understand who you are. Somebody said it yesterday, and I agree with them. Get rid of expectation. I don't have an expectation for Rodon anymore. 0. Nothing. He's on the mound. He pitches a good game. Awesome. Pitches a bad game. Figured. That's it for me. I can't do it no more. Max Fried right now is looking like the guy that we thought he could be. Right? Clark Schmidt, well, he's back on Wednesday in his first outing of the year. We'll see how he is. But we need Clark Schmidt to be good. Everybody else, who knows? Will Warren, cool. He's had good games. He's had bad games. He looks pretty good, though. Opponents aren't smacking the ball off of him. We know that. That's good to know. That's good to see. But this offense needs to be better. They need to be more dynamic. They have to be. You look at a couple of guys immediately, pops out at you. Jazz is hitting 169. We need that lefty bat in there. Here's a guy that, I've been talking up a lot. 30-30, 30-30, 30-30. Got to put that ball in play more, utilize that speed. Far too many Ks. We know that. He knows that. Goldie and Judge have been phenomenal. Keep it up, fellas. Keep it up, fellas. Keep doing what you do. Anthony Volpe. People are going to look at the 226, right? And I get it. You're going to see the 226. What I would ask you to focus on is this number right here. 333 for the on-base percentage. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Now, if Anthony Volpe can find a level of consistency, you're going to hear that word a lot from me today. A level of consistency. If he ever finishes the year anywhere near that type of on-base percentage, I predict Anthony Volpe will have his best year in the major leagues this year. And that is big for the Yankees. Ben Rice, for me, I'll sit here and say he's been a surprise because he has started to look like the guy that the New York Yankees have promised everybody. That's who he's looked like. Cody Bellinger, brother, you got to step up. This is a player that truly has to step up. Cody Bellinger right now is performing like Alex Verdugo did the end of year, and that's a problem. 196 average, 245 on base percentage, 304 slugging. Not the guy that we hope for. Again, April 14th. A lot of shit could change. But Cody Bellinger's a guy the Yankees must have. He must perform for this team to do anything this season. Jason Dominguez, I ask you again, focus on this number right here. 327 on base percentage. Indeed, he's hitting 239. He's gotten the doubles. He's stealing bags. There's a lot of good that you're seeing here. You want to see some more. But 327 on base percentage is nothing to laugh home about. Austin Wells, we need you, brother. We need to see more of the guy we saw in spring training, and I get it. Maybe he got hot at the wrong time. That's how spring training is. You get hot, you want the season to begin. He had a great spring. We all know what's in him. We all know the type of player Austin Wells can be and likely will be this season. I'm not concerned about Austin Wells. And Oswaldo Cabrera, brother, give us whatever you could give us. Give us whatever you can give us, and I'm okay with that. We've seen the guys that perform well. We've seen the guys who are not performing at all for this team. Fact of the matter is, this show sums up the Yankees season so far very, very well. It is April 14th. It is indeed very early in the year. Everybody understands that. Everybody gets that. I'll simply say this. The Yankees just need to find consistency. Forget everything else. Forget all the back and forths that we've had. Forget all the early goings, the 8-7 record. If the New York Yankees do not find a level of consistency with this club, and it's more of the up and down roller coaster of a year, ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you. It ain't going to last long until October as it did last year. The level of consistency must be found for this club. And again, that also needs to start with the coaching staff. It needs to start with Aaron Boone sticking to a lineup. It needs to start with that. It needs to start with where you're going to be day in and day out when you walk into this clubhouse. Unless there's a change, a guy is injured, a guy's beat up, figure it out. But William Henry's right what he just said. 89 wins could win you this East. You never know. Baseball's a strange game. You never, ever know with baseball. You never know. It's a very, very strange game. There was an update here that Francis just sent me. I want to see where the this is, and we'll stick to the Yankees, but this is pretty cool news. Matter of fact, wow, look at this. This is big news. I love this. You guys know I'm hyped for this. I got more hype now. Aaron Judge has been named the captain of Team USA's 2026 World Baseball Classic. Let's fucking go. I'm excited about this. You guys know how I feel about the WBC, but this is pretty fire to get this early. That Aaron Judge is named already captain of Team USA. And I made the prediction, right? If you guys remember, I talked about this. And if Aaron Judge plays, everybody for USA is going to show up. That team is going to be nasty. You're going to have Skeens, Scooble. That Team USA 2026. I'm telling you guys, Team USA should be taking home that gold. We should be winning that. But what we want to win first, we want to win a World Series as a New York Yankee fan. That's more important than everything. We got such a beautiful opportunity last year that didn't work out the way we wanted it to. And, you know, it absolutely sucks. It sucks that guys got injured. You know, it sucks that Cole's out. It sucks that Louis Hill, who won a Rookie of the Year, we were all excited about his year, sucks that he's out. You know, and injuries are going to happen to every damn team. But the Yankees got to find those guys that can step up. You know, shout out to a guy like Will Warren, who can do a lot for this rotation this year if he continues to get better and improve. Because his last outing I thought was going to go to hell. And he rebounded very, very well. He also has a low opponent batting average against, which is good. Which is really good. Problem is, again, the Yankees must show a strong level of consistency if they're going to do anything this year. Trade deadline is likely going to be very important. Are the Yankees going to sit it out? Are they going to complain about not having enough money? Or are they going to say, we have problems on this club? We just signed that manager to an additional extension when we already had him this year. Are we going to give him more tools to try to win with? Or are we going to sit there and make more excuses talking about we were beat up? That's why the year didn't go the way we wanted it to go. And as much as we can also say there is a lot of baseball to play, there's a shit ton of baseball to play. You can see some of the writing on the wall of legitimate concern. And that's the problem. You know, I got a lot of comments recently. You get comments all the time, whether you're on any type of social media, right? And it's funny because I really want to bring this up because it is kind of comical that this happens. You get a lot of Yankee fans who assume and feel like because you cover the team, you can't be critical of the team. And it's unbelievable. I don't know when this changed, but growing up, I didn't ever really always recognize criticism as somebody doesn't like you, you know, or accountability as replay objects added in there. I never knew that feeling and being accountable was somebody attacking you. Or if you simply sit there and go, this player has a problem or issues, or this is a stat that's not good, that means you don't like said player. I've never felt that way. And it's crazy because I had this situation on Instagram recently, but it's across the board when it comes to covering a team. It's very weird. There was a post that I forgot who, I think MLB Pipeline put out about Spencer Jones. And they said, hey, Spencer Jones, you know, hit a homer today and, you know, his OPS is over 1,000. And I commented underneath and I said, and he has a K rate of in the high 40%. K rate in the high 40%, still in AA for the third year. And I had a fan somebody who apparently also covers the Yankees a little bit. And they said, oh, why do you got to bring something negative into this? Well, because it doesn't matter how great a hitter Spencer Jones is or could be or potentially has. If he doesn't lower his K rate, he should never advance. And when certain things like that as a fan base are considered that you're being negative or you don't like the player by stating the obvious, we got a problem with our fan base. When you can't simply sit there and go, you know, Anthony Volpe's in the third year. You mean to tell me, let me ask you this. You think if you went up to Spencer Jones and they said, hey, Spencer, what's the biggest problem in your game right now? Do you think Spencer Jones would tell you, he's like, I gotta cut down on my Ks? I'd hope he would. And I think he's smart enough that he would. If you went to Anthony Volpe and said, Anthony, this is your third year, man. I hope you have the best year of your career. But there's still some concerns there, right? We think you're a better hitter than this. He'd say, I think I'm better too. The fact of the matter is that Francis and I, we've had conversations with players regarding things that we've said. We've actually had conversations. Oh, Pete, would you say this if the players are there? Yeah, we've had conversations. And the response that we've gotten the majority of the time is, you think we don't know that? That's why I bring it up a lot when I say the player knows it too. For everybody shitting on Rodon, you don't think Carlos Rodon is going to listen to Boone and go, I only made 2 mistakes, so I'm happy with that? Hell no, he's pissed. He's pissed, as he should be. He's been a letdown. You think he wants to be a letdown? You think he also wants the fans to be okay with his bad performance? No. So why, as a fan, do some people feel like you can't call out negatives? Of course you can call out negatives. That is what being a fan is. If you're just an overly biased fan and everything is okay because maybe it'll be better, then maybe you're in a little bit of the wrong business. And Dave Rice, right there, Dave Rice, should we not be able to call that out? Dave Rice says, how can a franchise with a $300 million payroll be lacking depth at every level? Should we not call that out as a fan base and go, God forbid, knock on wood, God forbid if, I don't want to mention a name because I am a little superstitious. God forbid a big pitcher on our club got hurt, which they have already. What's the depth chart look like? And for a club with so much money, I can also call the Yankees out and say, you guys had time to add depth to this team. You chose not to because you didn't have the money. Is that something that Yankee fans and fans that cover this team should be quiet about? We're not allowed to talk about? We shouldn't discuss? I think some fans, look, fan however you want. I say it all the time. I won't tell you how to fan. Don't tell me how to fan. But I do think there's times you might have to look yourself in the mirror here and go, am I just being a fanboy or do I really want what's best for this club? Because calling something out is not a problem. If that was the case, then I would never call my team out for certain things. I got many examples of people on NYYU that I've said, hey, look, man, hold on a second here. This needs to be worked on. That needs to change. We got to fix this. Should you all sit back? If your kids don't perform well or do things the right way, you hate them because you tell them, hey, that's not the way to do it. I love where you're going, but that plan needs to be better. Believe it or not, I got kids, one kid in college, one going to college. One of them have a phenomenal plan, the other one doesn't. Does that mean that I dislike one more than the other? No. It means that I need to help work. Tell somebody, hey, that's a weakness. We need to work on that weakness. It's the same shit in every aspect of life. Baseball, teaching, work, whatever it is. Calling out a negative Yankee fan base is not a problem. It doesn't mean you hate the team or hate the player. It doesn't work that way. I wanted to get that message across today because it's unbelievable to me. The amount of fans and maybe younger people, I'm not so old, I'm in my 30s, but there's this narrative that if you call something out, you dislike whatever you're talking about, which is so friggin' wrong. It's ridiculous. The New York Yankees just need consistency. They need consistency and continued accountability of being a better team overall. I don't want to call games again like it was 2023 when this team misses a postseason. I actually enjoyed the postseason last year, Yankees. I'm sure this chat will say the same thing. No matter what that end result ended up being, we could discuss that all day. I enjoyed the big moments. I enjoyed Stanton having his greatest time as a Yankee in the postseason. I enjoyed calling that. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed Juan Soto look like the greatest gift that Yankee fans could ever have for a season. I enjoyed all that. I want to see this team get back to that. That's all I want to see. And to every fan out there that loves this club, I tell you to recognize one thing. Calling them out doesn't mean you hate them. Doesn't mean you dislike them. It actually means you want to see them do better. Now, are there some people that just hate the hate? Of course. Of course, there's people that hate the hate. That's always going to happen. But at the end of the day, we just want to see this team do better. Let's go ahead and get in the voicemails, guys. That's what this show today's about. I'm done. I'm done talking. I'll respond to your guys' voicemails. Here we go.
Hey, this is Joey. Joey.
There he is.
From the Bronxy, baby. How you doing?
What's up, brother?
As soon as I say, I'm not going to hold my breath on Rodon, he shuts. As soon as I come back and say, I'm happy to be wrong about this guy.
Yep.
He may have handled his mental instability issues. He goes back to being the old frustrating Rodon again.
Yep.
Now I don't know what to say anymore. The problem is, I think you and Francis were discussing this in Designated Spitters. The guy is good. That's why it's so hard to give up on him.
That's right.
You know, there's two types of fucking players.
That's right.
That perform badly. One has great potential, but fails to live up to it. Mm-hmm. And the other one just doesn't have any potential. He just sucks, like Marcus Strokeman.
Exactly right.
That's why it's so easy to dismiss Marcus Strokeman as a lost cause, but we just can't bring ourselves to give up on Los because we know how good it is, how good he could be, and how good he actually is if he could just, fix the issues he's having. But that's just the situation that we're facing with this type of pitcher. And I don't understand why it's so hard for Wonder Bread to understand this. See, this is the type of fan I'm talking about. You know, they are the lost cause. I'm telling you, you need to trade these motherfuckers. You can scream and shout all you want. You can drag your sweaty balls across his forehead all day long. They're not going to fucking learn. You got to trade them. Anybody who says DFA Los, that fan needs to be DFA'd. Anybody who says trade Dominguez, that fan needs to be traded himself. That's just the only way out of this situation. They're just too fucking dumb. That's just how it is. All right. Take it easy. Talk to you later.
I love Joey, man. Joey deserves so much respect for being an original of All Rise, by the way. And it's funny because Joey understood, as many of you did understand, yesterday during Designated Spitters. And even as Jira posted those clips around, you still had fans in there saying, oh my God, they're just offending Carlos Rodon. And I look, I rewatched the episode. I'm sitting there going, where did anybody see that we were just fighting to defend this guy? And it wasn't the case. Joey got it. Joey got it. He watched it. He understood exactly what we're saying there is that you can see how great the guy can be. That's why he's so frustrating because, bro, what is your issue? What is your problem? That's what we were saying. When you look at Marcus Stroman this year, you watch him and you go, well, I understand. I could get it. I understand why he's, struggling so bad. You could see it. But you watch Rodon and you go, he has the lowest batting average against on the club. What's going on here? Like, I'm done. And that's why I said from here on out, Pete Simonetti, not you, me personally, my expectations are done. I'm not expecting anything anymore. I can't bring myself to it. I've seen it too long now. This is year 3. At some point, brother, you got to put it together. And when you do, I'll be there to support. But I can't sit there and go, this is the day. This is the year. This is the time. I'm done doing it. We know the level is there, but the results need to follow with it. Last year was not a bad year. Was it the guy we expected? No. Was it a poor season? No. Not at all. And if you say it was, then you're just lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. The peripheral stats that me and Francis were talking about yesterday, the batting average against, all the Ks, yeah, that's nice. But the overall result isn't nice. And it needs to find, you guessed it, consistency. Rod Thompson.
Thank you for being a friend.
My brother Ross says a lot has been said about the Yankees losing mystique and aura. While some of that may be true, the fact is that the pinstripes are very heavy and it's very real. I don't care how much a player is making. No doubt about it, Senor Rod Thompson. It is very, 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 very difficult. Very difficult playing in New York. It's not the same as playing in Kansas City. It's not the same as playing in Milwaukee. For anybody, again, that sits there and says that it's easy, it's not. It is not the same deal anywhere you go. And rah-rah, exactly. When you don't have an expectation, you don't have disappointment. That's what I'm bringing myself to, is I just don't have a level of expectation anymore.
Hey, Pete Macho King in the house. How you doing? To the underground, yeah. The Yankees are struggling and the injuries are taking their toll. But no one said this was going to be easy. No. And a big problem this team has is no middle relief. Who are the guys that could go multiple innings when a starter loses it like Rodon did the other day?
True.
And we don't need no Stromas telling us where and when they'll play. That's bullshit! And the season Yankees are the underdogs, and they should embrace it and play like it, yeah. But I frankly think people don't have it enough to motivate this team in the right direction. But I'm offering to teach Bubbles the way of the madness, which is the Warriors' code. There's no surrender. When the body says stop, his spirit cries never! And that's the UWO way of life. Unstoppable and relentless. It's the fact that we're standing up to make it. Cancer made to Jack. Then I'm shouting out to all the macho mamas and maniacs. And to all the heads of puters, take a step back, cause the macho king is on the attack. Dig it! Ooh, yeah! March out!
There he is. Oh, I tell you what, there's one and only. There's one and only Macho King, baby. I tell you what. Hey, man, look, there's not many that drop the voicemails that get the crowd pumped up like the Macho King, baby. Oh, we got to keep it going. We got to keep it going. Let me get a little refresh going here. Here he is, the voice of reason, William Henry.
Good morning, Pete. Jira, Chad, William Henry here. How you doing? First reason I wanted to call was to just say and give some appreciation to you, Pete, and also Jira for all the hard work that you're putting in for the May 10th event. I'm sure it's an incredible amount of work. It sounds like the best event ever that NYYU is going to have. But just on behalf of me and hopefully the chat agrees, just shout out to you for all you're doing. I don't think you get enough love for all the support and everything that you do for us. So I just had to say that just from the heart at the start. The second thing regarding the Yankees overall, I don't know what to make of this team so far this year. I don't know whether they're going to be good, whether they're going to have 89 wins, 92, 85. It's just tough to say. I do think as bad as the rotation looks and having that 5.40 starting pitching ERA, some of that's a bit deceptive because of how bad Stroman's been. Hopefully he won't pitch anymore if we're lucky. I think the Yankees, sometimes you could do better by bringing up an unknown minor league prospect that other teams haven't seen rather than veteran pitchers who are on the decline like a Stroman. And hopefully Rodon's going to get better, but to me, I'm concerned about him too. But anyway, this team's very puzzling to me, very inconsistent. I don't know where we're going to be, but I think in a couple weeks, once we've hopefully got Schmidt back and seen a couple starts from him, we'll know where we're going to be. I'm going to stay positive, but there's just a lot of ifs, and I'm a worrier because I'm a Yankee fan. Take care, everybody. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, man. No, William, it's cool that you said that, right? Because there's nothing wrong with worrying. There's nothing wrong with being concerned. There's nothing wrong with Look, even a little overreaction. There's nothing wrong with a little overreaction. A lot of people think, you overreact. As a fan, you're going to overreact. We're not sitting there daily going, well, it's just April. Whether that's the reality or not, doesn't mean that's the way you're going to fan. It doesn't mean that's what your reaction's going to be based off of. Doesn't really work that way, especially for Yankee fans. Yankee fans are a reactionary group of people. It's who we are. That's one of the main reasons I always say it. It's one of the main reasons why I love calling games, because I like the reaction of it. It's my true fandom coming out. It's my true anger, my happiness, my excitement, my sadness. It's all the emotions you get. You get to see it live. I put it on display for everybody to see. They may sit there and go, Pete's a nut. Pete's a diehard Yankee fan. I love this team. And I do know, my hope is that one day as a community, we get to celebrate a World Series win. We came so close last year. Came really close last year. Didn't happen for us. We just got a little taste of the glory to see what it tastes like. That's what we got. But we didn't get the whole damn thing. We want the whole thing. Consistency, folks. Consistency. That's it. We need it. We need to find more of it.
Good morning, Pete. This is the Bocce Master Bella Vista calling on my cell phone, which I have too. How you doing?
He got a cell phone.
So the Yankees are searching for consistency, huh? Or maybe if some of these Yankee hitters would stop playing ping pong and grounding out and popping up all the time, we'd have some consistency. But it's always the same thing. I mean, what are we paying this hitting coach for? The same garbage? It's like the seventh hitting coach we have for this team, right? And these pitchers, man. I mean, what are we paying the pitching coach for? You can't get Carlos Rodon fixed. I mean, if he pitches like he throws like he's throwing a discus or something, throw it at the glove, not over the, getting the strike zone. It's like the guy who wants to throw strikes for some reason or other. These pitchers gotta learn to, correct this problem. And I want to get to the World Series this year, Pete. I got a bad feeling that idiot Boone is going to screw it up for us. Well, you have a good day, Pete. Rock on. NYY underground forever. Smacky the Mikey. Hitty the subby. And remember, Aaron Judge is a gift from God. I said Aaron Judge is a gift from God. And Hal, if you're listening, please fire Boone before it's too late. Have a good day, Pete.
I think it's too late already, brother. Simon, I hate breaking it to you. Spoiler alert, brother. I think it's too late already. I think it's too late, Simon. So, you're a little behind on that one. I think it's absolutely too late. But, man, oh, man, Simon thinks it's that easy, brother. I wish it was that easy, Simon. I wish it was a situation where you can easily fix players that easily, man, and tell major league hitters, well, turn it around, turn it on. What are you doing up there? Yeah, man, it's not an easy game to play, but there is a level of expectation for this team because of where they went last year. And look, at the end of the day, excuses are not going to cut it. Nobody wants to hear about the staff. Nobody wants to hear that guys got injured. Nobody wants to hear that. Look, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to do when you're running out there a $300+ million roster. It's a tough thing to do to let people feel sympathy towards your situation because you've had injuries. When in reality, if you really wanted, you can go full Dodgers and sign whoever the fuck you want. Excuse my language. Remember, there's no cap put on the Yankees. They put the cap on themselves. So I'm sorry, but, excuse me for not using excuse. Excuse me for not saying, well, if they had these guys, they might have won this season. They've put a cap on themselves. Nobody else did. The Yankees placed the cap on the Yankees' head. Nobody else did. Also, a year next year where a lot of money falls off the books. Which if you're ever going to get hit with a tax penalty, this would have been the year to do so because a lot of money falls off next year.
What's up, Pete? It's your boy
Yo.
James Johnston, Recon Gaming down in the chat.
What's up, brother?
My question for you is, why are the Yankees being so inconsistent? there are nights this year where I've watched the game and the hitting just looks phenomenal. It feels like every pitch is coming out of the hand, the hitters are seeing it well, and they're tearing the cover off the ball. But then we have nights recently, even, in the last couple of series, where it just seems like we can't hit the ball for nothing. My second question is, will Clark Schmidt and Heel coming in fix the pitching? The pitching's been bad. The pitching's been very bad.
Yeah.
The only pitcher that I think's been any good is Max Fried. So will Heel and Schmidt fix our pitching concerns? I love you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
I'll see you, Pete.
Thank you, Recon Gaming. I appreciate that. I don't have a crystal ball, obviously, but if those guys are healthy, you'd assume they're better than Cookie Carrasco. You'd assume they're better than Marcus Stroman. You'd assume they should be better than Will Warren. You'd assume both of those guys have a good chance of being better than Carlos Rodon. So, yeah, I would hope that if those gentlemen do come back, and we know that Clark Schmidt is pitching on Wednesday, if Louis Heel then follows up and he's healthy and he's good to go the remainder of the season, your hope would be that they're better and the Yankees are a better team. You would assume they would be a better team. Look, I don't think anybody would complain about having four guys in your roster being Fried, Rodon, Schmidt, and Louis Heel. I think that's a pretty damn solid rotation. Is it good enough to win it all? Who knows? Who knows? But the ideal situation is that those guys are in your rotation. And they're out there. So for me, yeah, I mean, to answer your question, yeah, they should be better with those guys back. It should answer some questions for them. It should answer a lot of questions for them. But the main thing for me that I'm just overall, there is a lot of concern. It is early, but the level of consistency to me, that's when you're going to understand what this team is. When you see who Cody Bellinger really is, you know, Jazz needs to start putting it together a little more. There needs to be other guys in this lineup that can work this lineup up and down, because the one thing I said, they can get better without Soto in this lineup, but they got to be consistent up and down the order. And that's what they have to do. And right now, we're not seeing that. What do you get? You get games when the bottom of the order wins it, and you get games when the top of the order wins it. You're not getting that level of consistency that you want to see. The middle of the order, you got guys in there, Jazz, Wells, Bellinger, who have not performed. They have not performed well. You got sporadic moments of guys playing decently. You also got a bullpen right now that's not locked in. You got a bullpen right now that, are walking way too many batters. The Yankees as a team are walking way too many batters. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a major problem. You got some coaches on this staff that it's only so much they can do. Right, that's a great point. Again, it's funny, right? Because when I call these games, a lot of times I put my own input in, and I'll say something along the lines of, they should look to steal a base here. They should look to run here. They should look to do something here. And it's not like I'm saying something that's insane. It's very, very obvious. Anthony Volpe on bases. There's certain times, maybe with 2 outs, try to get in the scoring position. You get caught, okay, the bottom of the order to the top of the order is likely coming up. It's a good time to run. It's a good time to test it. Oswaldo Cabrera, who's not the greatest hitter on planet Earth, if the number 8 hitter comes up and gets a single or a double, maybe for a guy like Waldo, one of the best things he could do is be fundamentally sound and drop a bunt down, move a runner over. As Philo just says yesterday, Volpe and Dominguez on the bases. Look to make something happen. You have a lead already. Keep adding pressure. Don't sit back and wait for a homer. The fact of the matter is, I almost feel like the Yankees look at the 1 through 9 in the same lens of every player. And that's a problem. That's why I always respected the old school mindset of a lineup. And I'm not saying that the analytical mindset is wrong. I'm saying that I simply prefer the old school method more. Your best hitter hits third all the time. Aaron Judge could hit third all the time. Well, I get more chances batting second. That's cute. Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge. He's going to be the best no matter where he is in that lineup. And replay up, that's exactly it. It's the same thing as a bunt. Analytics doesn't like bunting. Analytics does not like small ball. And that's where you lose me. Because not every player can be handled under the same microscope. I remember, and I always go back to this, when DJ LeMahieu was good and Joey Gallo was good. And DJ LeMahieu was hitting well over 300, normal. You'd expect that from DJ LeMahieu. And Joey Gallo would have the high on-base percentage, strike out a lot, and hit a homer. I remember having conversations with Yankee fans that are very, very analytical. And they would say, I'd rather have 9 Joey Gallos than 9 DJ LeMahieu's. And I would simply go, you're out your mind. You would rather have the guy that gets on base. Okay, I get it. He'd walk a lot. He'd hit a homer every now and then. Rather than an all-around player that bats over 300, has a well over 300 on-base percentage, could, get doubles in the gap and puts the ball in play and could make things happen. That's where it loses me. That's where analytics lose me personally. And I say, just like batting average, just like any stat, is just part of a story. It's another page in a book of learning about something. Let me learn about this player. Well, give me all the numbers. I want to see everything. You gotta be able to base things off of the individual. Not an all single simple approach. Like, remember, see the ball. What is it? Hit the ball hard? Yeah, no shit. Who came up with this one? They want to hit strikes hard. Yeah, I know. I mean, that broke the ceiling down. You need to hit strikes hard. No shit. You mean to tell me you got a job with that philosophy? Because my Little League coach, Tim, taught me that when I was 7. Tim taught me that. I was 7 years old. Let's see how you're hitting strikes. Okay. The object of the game. That's where analytics lose me. That's exactly where it loses me.
Yeah, what up, Simonetti? It is the one and only family neighborhood DJ Philly with calling in again.
What up, you handsome son of a bitch?
How you doing? Hey, man, the Yankees sucking ass right now. Their offense sucks. The pitching staff sucks. The only good thing about the team overall is the bullpen, and even the bullpen has a little question marks. All in all, man, I'm stressing out, but I'm not stressing out too much, if that makes sense.
Facts.
But eventually, this comment is going to get me, it's going to come back and get me when the Yankees are out a game or two in the division because they lost, the meaningless games in April, quote unquote meaningless.
It's not meaningless.
I don't know, man. I want to hear your thoughts. Should we stress these games out a lot or not really. And also, I got another comment on the May 10th softball game for Stand Up to Cancer, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
are definitely going to have a lot of fun. I already got my group of 5 confirmed. It's going to be 2 of us playing, and then the other 3 are going to be spectating. So
Awesome.
they're going to be bringing foam fingers. They're going to bring everything, bro. They're going to root on us. And guess what? I will hit a grand slam off of you, bro. If you're pitching, prepare, because I will taunt the out of you. Before I go, man, let me hit you with the little jokey joke, crackle nuts. I hope you're hearing me, because this is for you, brother. This is for you to, you know, whenever you want to introduce yourself to other girls at the event on May 10th. Do you like Disney movies? If so, can I be your Aladdin and come in your Cape of Wonders? Gotta go. Peace.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say.
Hey, yo. I'm just ready to be like, man, that was a great voicemail. Then he has to hit you with that at the end, man. Oh my God. I do seriously want to answer your question there, Steelio. I do want to seriously answer, because that's a very, very good question. And it's kind of what I talked about early on, right? Is, do you overreact in April? You know, is it right to be so upset with the team's performance in April? Look, I think it comes down to something very, very simple. You see what you're seeing. You're watching what's on TV. You're watching the way they're playing ball. You got every right to criticize that. You got every right to criticize that. There's no doubt about that. You got every right to criticize that. Every right. You can sit there all day, every day, and criticize that. No question about it. As a fan, yes. The issue is very, very simple. You could also sit there and go, you do have a lot of baseball to play. Whether you like it or not, whether anybody likes it or not, it's not an excuse. It's true. Now, if they miss out, do you look back and go, shit, if they perform better in April, they might have won the division? Of course, but you're always going to do that. You look at games in July and say that. You look at games in September and say that. Why did we rest this guy on that game when we could have won? But that's baseball, man. That's why it's the most unpredictable game you can have. Because the way we feel right now may not be the way we feel at the end of May. But that's baseball. It's the same thing with Judge last year. Remember me telling people last year, guys, calm down now. I know it's ugly, but you'll give it a week and we're going to look up and look at this dude's numbers and go, wow, he's Aaron Judge again. And guess what? He was Aaron Judge again. Trickiest game in the world is baseball, man, because the way you feel right now on April 14th, we might feel a lot different on May 14th. We might be saying in May 14th, damn, they're the team to beat, aren't they? That's friggin' baseball for you, man. That is baseball. Beavis Lee Ray adds in, Pete, Rodon is a mental patient. It's every game. Okay. All right. It's every game. He's a mental patient. MTA says, do you think they go away with small ball because baseball wants more offense? No. I do believe that's a bit of an analytical issue there, is that you're basically giving away at bats when you're bunting, when you could do more. There's a probability there that you could take the risk and do some more. Are you guaranteed a stolen base, or can that guy batting hit a double and drive you in from first? It brings in all the, probables and projectables out there, whatever the hell it's called. I'm not smart enough for this stuff. I'm, in many ways, an old school baseball guy still learning about all the analytics stuff and all that. And I don't say it's wrong. I don't say you disregard it. I say you take it in, but you make the gut decision a lot of times. That's the way I see that. Doesn't mean the gut decision and playing small ball is always going to work. When a guy lays down a bunt, he could have very well got a single down the right field line. You never know. You never know. But sometimes when your offense is obviously struggling, there are many things that you can do to truly make a change. You got to try other stuff. You've got to be able to adjust like that and switch it on. So we'll see. Yankees do start a big series tonight, as I already told you guys. It's going to be a tough series, folks. It does not get easier for the Yankees. Looking at these pitching matchups, Seth Lugo, 1-1, 3.24 ERA. Against Carlos Carrasco, 1-1, 7.71. Michael Wacha, 0-2 on the year, 4.20 ERA. This is Tuesday, tomorrow. Against Max Fried, Maximus, 2-0, 1.56. Then we finish it off with Bubic, 2-1, 0.96 ERA on the year, taking on the very, very first start of 2025 for Clark Schmidt. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever been more excited to see Clark Schmidt pitch. I'm not joking. I am honestly not joking. I have never been more excited to see the debut of Clark Schmidt than I am for this Wednesday. I can't wait to see him back. So with that being said, it is going to be a tough series for the Yankees. They are home. The offense needs to have good ABs against some good pitching. Yankees got to find a level of consistency. And again, reality is not what everybody likes to hear sometimes, but I also have to give you guys reality. They're a game above 500. They're 8-7 on the season. Nobody in the East is playing good ball right now. That's only good for, doesn't excuse the Yankees, but it does help the Yankees. Whether we like to admit that or not, it doesn't excuse them, but it doesn't hurt them. That's where they are currently. That's where they are currently. A lot of baseball to play. A lot of guys hopefully coming back. A lot of situations that could pop off. We'll see. But ladies and gentlemen, I leave you again with simply saying this year could be all about consistency for the Yankees, if they ever find it or not. Join us on May 10th. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be an amazing and a special event. Like I said, we probably got about 21, 22 spots opened for if you want to play in the game. Got many, many spots open for you to attend the game. That is just as significant as we are shooting for bare minimum 100 people to be there at the very, very first softball charity event. It is going to be a great time. It's going to be a great moment. And I just want to thank you all for looking to be a part of it, telling your friends and family about it. You guys are the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. With that being said, I'll catch you guys at 7 o'clock. Game Season Live is on. Of course, we're going to be rooting on Cookie Carrasco tonight because we need him. Anyway, guys, go have some more sugar packets. Get out of here. Get out of here. See you guys later for game season. Oh, God. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Love you guys. Love you guys.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I've been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text. From way downtown, but it's